Hey guys, so how's it going? Well, today I've decided that we're going to quickly discuss the importance of hodling and also why striving to become a whale should be all of us our number one priority. Now, I've mentioned before in this channel that majority of the crypto millionaires today, the way how they became crypto millionaires was through hodling. And hodling, by the way, is just a play on the word holding, which means you purchase your cryptocurrency, usually at the ICO, at the absolute bottom or near to the bottom, and then you hold for the long term. Now I'm going to explain to you guys why whales care little to none at all about market fluctuations. And this also comes under one of the reasons why you ought to strive always to be a whale. Now we're going to use, for example, a Bitcoin whale. Let's say you have a certain Bitcoin whale, right? And this Bitcoin whale had purchased and from Bitcoin was, let's say, around $5 to $10. So this Bitcoin whale has over 1,000 Bitcoins. Now, let's say Bitcoin pumps up to $150,000 and then afterwards it crashes down to $20,000 or even $10,000. Let me tell you, this Bitcoin whale, he could literally care less, whether Bitcoin pumps up to $150,000 or even crashes down to $20,000. Why is that? The reason is very simple. He can literally afford not to care. He can care little to not at all, whether it pumps up to $150,000 or crashes down to $20,000 or even $10,000. Why is that? I'm pretty sure that many of you already get it. You see? All right, let me explain why. Is account balance, whether Bitcoin pumps all the way up to $150,000 or crashes down to even $10,000, his account balance would still be significantly greater than what it was when he first purchased then. So perhaps he purchased, around, like I said, $5 or when Bitcoin was around $10. So in a case like that, whether Bitcoin pumps up to $150, his account balance, is still looking good. He's still in profits. Or if it even crashes all the way down to, let's say, even 10 grand, he would still be in tremendous profits, guys. And what that allows him to do is to not be anxious, not even to care whether Bitcoin pumps up or down. That can afford him not to care about the market fluctuations. And that right there, it guarantees you like a peace of mind, which is just invaluable in the crypto space. To be able to purchase an asset and not to be concerned about it, that is just priceless in the crypto markets, guys. You see, the only ones that are going to care are the ones that has like a limited amount of crypto, that has a little bit of cryptocurrency. But whenever you're a whale, guys, you can afford to sell early. You can afford to sell late. You can afford even not to sell at all, you see. But what you don't want to do, even if you're a whale though, you don't want to be holding for eternity, because God forbid something like what had happened to Luna Classic occurs to you. You don't want that at all, you see, because I can imagine that those who had held Luna while it was pumping, up to $150 and continue to pump, they probably thought that it was maybe going to $500 to $1,000. So you don't want to end up like them. You see, you want to most definitely take profits whenever you can. And I'm pretty sure that you will. You don't want to be too greedy. At those prices, it is pretty obvious that you can go ahead and take out your profits. You see, but regardless of what I've just explained, with Luna Classic, those people holding and thinking that it was going to continue to pump up to $5,000 to $1,000, which it didn't, and it proceeded to crash down to basically zero. Regardless of that particular incident, what I just explained to you stands. All cryptocurrency whales, in whatever particular cryptocurrency that is, all cryptocurrency whales can most definitely afford not to sell for the long term. And they can most definitely afford to take profits earlier than everyone else that's in the markets without it, bothering them in any way. And that there, my friends, is one of the main reasons why you should always strive to be a whale, because whales can afford not to care. And I guarantee you that's exactly what happens, even with these current cryptocurrency whales of today, whether they're holding Bitcoin or whichever coins, because this also applies to other cryptocurrencies that are out there, whether it's Ethereum or XRP, it's still applicable to these cryptocurrencies as well. Whenever you're a whale, which means you hold a substantial amount of that particular cryptocurrency, you can afford not to worry, not to worry too much or even at all about, market fluctuations, whether the price pumps significantly or it crashes significantly because of the amount that you have, you see. And in a second, I'm going to share with you guys how to become a whale. That is what you want to strive to do. That should be your primary aim. There are several prophetic cryptocurrencies out there that are going to do exceedingly well. All you have to do is just, pick one of them and then go in when it's at the absolute bottom. You see, whenever you perceive that it has reached the bottom, you're going to put in as much as you can. Now, let me tell you how you become a whale. First, you're going to have to make some trades first because you want to accumulate some money. You want to put in at least, you want to throw in a couple $1,000 into one cryptocurrency, maximum two, not more than two of these prophetic cryptocurrencies. And preferably, I would say the meme coins, the prophetic meme coins. You see, that would be the way to go. So you want to save up to, let's say, at least $3,000. I wouldn't go beneath $3,000, around $3,000, guys. I would save up to around $3,000, and then I would pour it all into one of the prophetic cryptocurrencies, or at most, the maximum two of them. I would divide that $3,000 between these two prophetic cryptocurrencies. When they're at the absolute bottom, now that is important because that is exactly how you become a whale. Now, when you've purchased that amount of cryptocurrency at such a low price, it will allow you to literally not care about any other kind of market movements. Because once that cryptocurrency has started to appreciate, especially if you've bought it at rock bottom, there's only one direction left for that cryptocurrency to go. And that is up, guys. That's the only thing you'll be experiencing. Once that cryptocurrency starts to spike, starts to slowly rise, there'll only be just one direction for you. You'll only be experiencing up. And whether that cryptocurrency have minor corrections along the way, you will not care at all about those minor corrections. Well, it's the same thing for these current whales. They could care less about these minor corrections in the markets, whether it's Bitcoin or whichever other else cryptocurrencies, because of the amount of that said cryptocurrency that they have, you see. So it will be the exact same thing for you guys if you were to get in at the absolute bottom. You can afford the ups and downs. But for someone who has a limited amount of whatever cryptocurrency, they can't afford that. You see, that would most definitely, a market correction or any type of crash of substantial size would stress them out greatly. But not so for a whale, guys. The whale can afford anything. He can afford the downs. He can afford to sell some way earlier than others, you see, and still have so much more left. Do you understand? He can afford to sell some cryptocurrency even if it has pumped just 100%. He can sell even up to half of what he has. Why? He can do that because of the amount that he has. You see, what if he has like 100 trillion of a cryptocurrency and that cryptocurrency is pumped up like, let's say 100%? He can literally sell a half of that, which would leave him with like 50 trillion. And let's say that cryptocurrency is a prophetic cryptocurrency, which we know is eventually going to delete all of the zeros. You see how that works? He can afford to sell earlier than everyone else. He can also afford to just hold for the longest term, guys, because of the amount that he has, the volume of this cryptocurrency that he has, affords him to be able to do that. You see, so I would advise everyone to strive to become a whale in whatever cryptocurrency it is that you feel led to, that you're drawn to by the Spirit of God. Try as much as possible to get in at the bottom. You want to save some good amount of, investing cash, and then you want to put the whole thing in that particular cryptocurrency or at least two of them. However, this is not financial advice. Not at all. You see, I'm just showing you the way how to become a proper whale. You see, and being a whale is the way to go, guys. That is, of course, if you intend to become a multimillionaire in the future. Being a whale is just the easiest route to take. And this is the way how you do it. You see, you want to maximize the amount that you're investing in that particular cryptocurrency. Whichever cryptocurrency it is, you want to put as much as you can in it when it has reached the absolute bottom at the lowest prices, and then you just leave it. You see, it is less stressful, it's just better overall. And I know what I'm talking about. Majority of the multimillionaires, if not all of them, this is exactly what they did. You see, they bought in the coins at the ICOs, which is the initial coin offerings, at the lowest price, and they put at least a couple $1,000 in there. They threw a couple $1,000 in there, and all they did was just left it, sometimes for a year or two, and their coins have appreciated over time so high that whether it crashes significantly or pumps, it is just of no concern to them whatsoever. They just go in to take out some profits whenever they can. And the rest, it's basically of little concern to them. You see, that's the good thing whenever you're a whale. You can afford to care less. And that's exactly what you want. You don't want to be having these, your account on your mind constantly. No one wants that. We've all experienced that, guys. And that can be so stressful and stealing the fun out of your life. You don't want that at all. So that's why I'm admonishing you guys to strive to be a whale. You will have more peace of mind. Now, guys, let's quickly go into a very important dream that Yah just recently showed me. And this dream has to do with hodling. It was a very, very short, basically kind of a vision dream, very, very short. Now, in this vision dream, I wasn't shown any one of the specific cryptocurrencies. It was several cryptocurrencies. I was looking on the screen and I was shocked because I saw several cryptocurrencies, guys. Cryptocurrencies that had like 6, 7 zeros. So all of a sudden, they were up at 0.001 and some of them were at like 0.01. So some of them were at 1 cent. And in the dream, I was caught off guard because I was thinking to myself, when did these cryptocurrencies get up to these prices from where they were at? Like I said, I wasn't shown which cryptocurrencies there were. But we can assume that, some of them are like Shiba Inu, Pepe's, and all of these other coins, Lunk, that had several zeros. They ate all of those zeros and we're now up at, 0.001. Some of them are at 1 cent. But also in the experience, I understood, even though I saw it suddenly, I understood that it took some time for them to get up there. And also, it was the ones who held all that time until it reached up there that would have taken the most advantage of it. Because it will actually take some time to get up there. So you can imagine that while it was up there, some people probably would have sold a lot of their cryptocurrency or probably even already sold off all of their cryptocurrency, which is not recommended at all. So here, hodling, the importance of hodling will come into play. You will need to know or to learn how to hodl, which is hold for the long term, even holding at these higher prices. Guys, you've never experienced that before. It's going to be very challenging. I am telling you the truth right now. Seeing your cryptocurrencies that you've been holding for so long, that you've bought and held for so long at these low prices, seeing them at those higher prices and not selling is not going to be easy. It's going to be very, very challenging. But that is what's required. You're going to need to develop patience and always have a plan. Have specific numbers at which you plan to sell some out. Even beforehand, that would help as well. But just know that it's going to be very challenging because not everyone's going to make it up to the multi-millionaire status because of this. And this is where your character is going to come into play as well. You see, if you've developed patience and perseverance, that patience and perseverance which you've developed over the years, it will serve you very good. It will serve you very well in a case like this. But trust me, those times are coming where you're going to need to be patient and execute a plan beforehand when you're going to plan to exit. You see, to sell, to take profits, because that is very important. Knowing when to take some profits. But yeah, guys, you're going to need to, wait until these coins reach up to a certain number. You're going to need patience. You don't want to sell them off too early, and you most definitely do not want to sell them off or try to sell them too late. Because remember Luna Classic, what happened to Luna as well. So all of this, we should take into consideration. It is very, very important. Now, guys, this is all I'm going to share in this particular video, concerning hodling and the importance of, seeking to becoming a whale. I admonish each and every one of you guys to strive to become a whale, because, the whales, they have it easy, they can recline, they can relax, and they're the ones that will, venture into that multi-millionaire status in the future. So there you have it, guys. I want you all to please take care of yourselves. Peace, shalom. Until next time.